Hey dear 8th graders, how are you guys? I hope you are fine, better than our before class. I hope you have an amazing day today. Unfortunately, not there in ERG yet. Unfortunately, it's very painful yet. I need to do some exams and other things. But don't worry, I am here with you. Not physically, but in mind. And my will to be with you is amazing, guys. I want to be with you as soon as I can. Great. But when you don't have me, at least now you have the video. Okay, I am recording here the video to be sure you can enjoy this, learn a little bit more. Let's go ahead, practice a little bit about our class today. Welcome to our math class today, guys. It is class day number 27. Pay attention for the planner. You have access for everything I shared with you before. Mental math, guys. Let's start with our mental math as usual. Remember, last class we talked about inequalities. Let's figure out and understand these steps over here, okay? Let's go ahead, and the first one it is x greater than 8. X greater than 8. Which kind of results can I have greater than 8? I can have 9, I can have 10, 11, all this solve my problem. Then put my number line here and look, I'm looking for numbers greater than 8, but 8 is a part of this. Is it strict inequality? No, it is strict inequality. It's not part of the group, okay? Then it is an open circle over here in number 8, and the arrow moves to the right because I'm looking for results greater than 8. Okay, next one, it is 1 less than or equal to x less than 8. How do we write this? Same thing, number line. I'm looking for results between 1 and 8, as you see here, 1 and 8. Okay, I'm looking for this kind of results. Then, attention over here, we have an open circle in 8 because it's a strict inequality. And number 1 is a closed circle. Why closed, mister? Because here number 1 is part of results. Okay, this is compounded results, part of the set of results. Okay, and open and close, and we have here a line connect between them because this is the range of our results. Okay, this is the way we represent this kind of problem. One step inequality, as you remember, you solve as one step equation. For x is less than or equal to 36, then we need to divide by 4 both sides. After divided by 4, we got x is less than or equal to 9. And we have our number line, as usual. Closed circle in 9 because it's not strict inequality. And the arrow moves to the left because I'm looking results less than or equal to 9. Great, guys, less than or equal to 9. Attention over here. Multi-step inequalities. Oh, guys, inequalities, not equations. I will fix this in this slide. Guys, inequalities here, attention, we solve first combine like terms. I'm combining, and put the laser point here. I'm combining 2x and negative 3x is negative x. I have a negative 5 over here. 2 minus 9, negative 7. After adding 5 in both sides, I got a negative x is less than negative 2. But I don't want negative x, I want its opposite. Then, what I'm supposed to do? Here, I will divide it by negative 1. But divide and multiply negative 1 is the same thing. Remember, when we do it, we change the signals and the inequality flip. We flip the inequality now. The inequality now is x is greater than 2. Greater than 2 our inequality. And over here, the equation we have our number line. In this number line, I have 2 open circle because this is strict inequality, and the arrow moves to the right. Great, guys. Remember this, when we are moving by or multiplying or dividing a negative number, we need to flip our inequality. Great. I explained this last class. Remember this if you forgot to watch the video I recorded before about this thing. And multi-step inequalities fractions. When we have fractions, it's the same thing. First, solve the fraction. But here, guys, we have to distribute. Let's distribute this guy here. How do we distribute this? Well, 5 halves times 4, it is 20 over 2. 20 over 2 equals 10x. And 5 halves times negative 2, it is negative 10 over 2, which is negative 5. Oh, very simple. And after that, move negative 5 by opposite, is adding 5, adding 5. I got a 10x is greater than or equal to 20, and the result x is greater than or equal to 2. I have the number line over here. Closed circle number 2. Remember, because it is part of the result. I want number 2 as a result. Great. And the arrow moves to the right because I'm looking results greater than 2. Ask yourself, okay, guys, all the time when you are graphing, be sure, like x is greater than 2. Which numbers is greater than 2? 1? No. 1, no. 0? No. 0, no. 3? 3, yes. 4? Yes. 5? Yes. Then you notice where's the direction for the arrow. Okay? Here is our lesson. Here's our mental math today for our last class. Guys, here is our presentation. We have a special one with you there in the classroom. But here's our agenda. Remember, we are still working the unit 3, making the world a fairer and more equal place. And we're talking about how to solve inequality today. Guys, you see our team, this special slide you have for each class. You have a special slide. You will see all you here. And I would like to share with you again how much I enjoy to teach you, how proud I am to be your teacher, how special to teach to this amazing group for 8th graders in ERJ. You are the best thing I have here in this school, guys, for sure. And I would like to know how much I love to teach you and how I'm missing to not be there with you, helping you. But next week I'll be there and you'll see very cool things next week. Okay, guys? I have some surprise for next week. Let's go, guys, to our lessons over here. Unit 3, make the world a fairer and more equal place. This is the unit we're learning this school year. I remember you all the classes because it's very important to make sure why we're learning math. We're learning math just because that, not just because numbers are other thing. I teach you patterns to improve your position in the world, to be sure you know why we use this. That's why I love to teach math. Let's go ahead, guys. And here it is our lesson, statement of inquiry. Remember this, guys. This is the question why we're learning this. The difference between quantities can be represented by inequalities, which allow us to solve and logically address inequalities in mathematics and in life. Okay, and here is our concept, a key concept or related concept, and our global context. We're working over these things this quarter. Enter ticket, guys. Now notebooks, please pause the video right now, take your notebooks and write down this question over here. How do we solve inequalities? Is inequality always a bad thing? Pause the video now and write down this question in your journal. Thank you very much, guys. Remember, here's our enter ticket, very important to start our lesson. Okay, remember, guys, the very important point over here is how do we solve these steps, okay? And remember, inequalities, the alligator mouth opens to the biggest. Don't forget it, okay, guys? It is very important you remember this. Great, let's go ahead to our lesson. Debatable question, guys. Let's start our question. Think about, is inequality always a bad thing? What do you think? Share with your neighbor, okay? You have a friend next to you, share with him 3 minutes. Is inequality always a bad thing? Okay, remember to think in all context for the word inequality. Okay, the word inequality has a many contexts, but remember to share about this, and it is in math context and normal context. Let's go. Great, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Inequality, guys, inequality, remember, inequality, that's not just one mean. We have more than one mean. But then talk about math. Inequality, guys, is not a bad thing for math. Inequality show to us a range of possibilities of results. Okay, remember that in math, inequality is not a bad thing, but it is important to understand these points. Okay, let's go ahead. And here is the reflection. This is the learner profile attribute I would like to share with you. Guys, I'm looking for this lesson. We're talking about inequalities and other thing, a caring student. We show empathy, compassion, respect. We have a commitment to service, and we act to make a positive difference in the lives of others and in the world around us. That's the thing, guys. Pay attention. That's the learning profile I'm looking for you this class today and all my classes. Be sure you are this kind of student. No? Why? How can I improve? Think about that. Great. Let's go. Remembering last class, guys. Last class we talked a little bit. We learned a lot about the symbols, inequalities. Let's remember. What is the difference between equality and inequality? In mathematics, inequality is two quantities are not equal. But we can also show which way the inequality is directed. Okay, that's the thing in math. Remember, I told you, inequality is not always a bad thing, but in math we can show which direction inequality it is going on. Great, that's the thing. Disproportionate quantities, we have special signs, special symbols. We have the much less than or much greater than. They are very disproportionate quantity. Other inequality symbols, guys, we learn is less than or equal to or greater than or equal to. Remember, guys, we use this, we can hold any value and the number is over there. Great. And we learn about the strict inequalities. And strict inequalities is strict if no equality conditions for the expression are possible. There is no equality conditions, just more than or less than. Okay, example here, x can hold any value above 4, but is strictly not including 4. 4 is not part of the group. Okay, that's the thing. Let's go. I think you remember these steps. Right now, guys, how do we represent inequalities? I think you remember this. Just a review again for our last class. We draw the number line, and when you say x equals 10, we put a mark there in 10. Just my result. Great. And when we are looking for a specific thing, like numbers greater than or equal to 10, I have a closed circle and the arrow moves to the right because I look numbers greater than 10. And when it's a strict inequality, we have an open circle because number 10 is strict, is not part of the result, and the arrow again move to the right. Okay, I'm looking for numbers greater than 10. Great, guys. This is the method. Do you remember this? Remember how to do it. It's very simple. It's one step in equation for real, but with the addiction for understanding the inequality. Guys, right now, time to practice. You have 15 minutes to work on this. Great. It's one step in equality. Pay attention, especially for when you need to flip the inequality. Great, you have 10 minutes. Open your journal right now, solve these problems. When you finish, okay, I share with the teacher the answer keys for these things. You can see the answer keys, how to solve it and how to do it. Great. Stop the video now and the next 15 minutes to solve this one. Great, guys. I hope you finish these things. I hope you learn a little bit more. Remember how to draw, remember how to do the graphic and all other stuffs over here. Great. If you need the answer keys, the teacher has it, or just email me, I send it to you also. Great. Let's go ahead. Guys, the second one, more practice. Yes, more practice. Let's practice a little bit more. We have here, oh, remember, before practice, let's remember, multi-step inequalities, guys. We have something important over here. You need to solve multi-step equations, as we learned before. But here, inequality, we have inequality sign. When you solve, for example, the left one for x equals 7, have just 7 as a result. When is the inequality? I'm directing the results, the possibility of the results is less than or equal to 7. I can use any number like that. Okay, that's why the representation for inequality. Pay attention for these steps and how to do it. As an example number 2 and example number 3, solving using fractions. Okay, remember, it's the same steps. Okay, we solve like one step equation, but as inequality is easier because we can just solve this. It's the same thing, the same level, just the same way to solve. Don't have any change, as you can see here. Great, guys. Remember these steps and how to do it. Now practice. Okay, now it's a practice again. 15 more minutes, guys. Remember here the same thing. Okay, stop the video, answer keys over there. Bye bye. Great. I hope you learn a little bit more, guys, and improve these steps, multi-steps inequalities. Be sure you understand these steps and how to solve it. Great. Let's go ahead here. The last one. Okay. How do we solve word problems inequalities? Guys, word problems inequalities, it is very simple because, oops, I think it was, yes, word problems inequalities. Guys, word problems inequalities is very simple because it's just reading and understand. Like this one we solved last class. The Jack Lena wants to go to coding camp, summer camp, the cost was $1,000. Her savings is $100. How many scholarships must she win? And we solve. Okay, let's call the scholarships S. Each scholarship is worth 250. We are 250 times S, and she has already 100. How much more she needs to got it? At least. Okay, that's why inequality we solve this. Okay, inequality we use to have not exactly result. We got the inequality, the possibility results. We have a group of results, not just one. And here, if you solve it, she needs at least 3.6 scholarships. Guys, word problems right now. Solve this one, very simple. We have 15 minutes for you. Less than this, you can finish everything. Attention for the keywords. She, for example, X is at most 30. What does it mean? At most 30. Can I have a number more than 30? Think about it. Or less than 30. The sum of 5x and 2x is at least 14. Okay, you understand the steps? Very simple. Pause the video now, solve these word problems. Great, guys. I hope you finish these things. If you have any question, please let me know. Just email me. I will show to you. I have the answer keys also. Guys, now finish. Time to end your class. Oh, mister, we missed you. Yes, let's finish our class right now. How do we solve inequalities, guys? Write down your journal right now. What you got it? What you figure out about this? How do we solve inequalities? The steps. Oh, mister, I don't remember. Okay, I will help you. The step number 1 to solve. Eliminate the fraction by multiplying all terms by LCM, the least common denominator. Step number 2, if you have fraction, okay? If you don't have it, just go to the next step. Combine like terms. Okay, combined terms. We did it already before. Step number 3, add or subtract quantities to obtain the unknown to one side, okay? Like be sure where is the variable left or right, make the variable alone. And step number 4, divide or multiply the coefficient, and be sure if the coefficient is positive, don't need to do nothing. If the coefficient is negative, remember you need to flip the inequality. Remember, we need to flip the inequality. And check your answer. Be sure to check, okay guys? Don't just give the final answer and don't check, please. You need to check. Okay? Guys, we finished our class today. Homework, let me explain to you about the homework number 27. You have until October 30th. Remember the homeworks now is portfolio homework. It's not just the regular homework. It's a part of your grade. Attention for this information, okay? And the homework is easier than before. Just iExcels, okay? You just work in Excel. iExcel homework 27. Great to have all over here, all the steps you have to work. Do until you achieve 85%, and don't spend more than 20 minutes in the activities, okay, per day. You have until the 30. Today it is 21 and 22. You have at least 8 days to finish. You can complete this easily in 8 days, guys. Great. I hope you understand these steps. I hope you have a great class today. And just for you know, guys, how much I love you, how much I care about you, and how you are important to me. Remember that. Okay? See you next class. Love all of you, my 8th graders. You are the best, for real. Love you. See you next class, guys. Bye bye.